dum 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 woodcutter dum 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 woodcutter.
My pronouns are they, them, and I'm Cliffside Permaculture. Oops, are you ready for another Shed Wars video? That's oops. Day's a kitten. Well, a little more than 1 year old. Door-loving kitty, huh? Hi. Hey, y'all. Okay, let's go do a Shed Wars video. So I have been collecting up little clips of quail-related stuff so I can do like a, hopefully some sort of compressed video. But this, you know, I've been starting to direct sow some seeds, and I'm starting to look at some greens and stuff, and I probably have more than a few tips here. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm not great at specifically themed videos, but I am great at talking at lengths about what I'm doing and why. So let's go for what I'm good at, huh? How's that sound? All right. So one thing I want to say is please don't be afraid to wait and direct sow your seeds. I am doing that incrementally. Oh, excuse my throat. I am doing that incrementally, and so far I have managed to plant a whole bunch of peas in my region, Zone 7 US. I am able to plant as soon as soil is workable. They recommend that be St. Patrick's Day. And in general, a safe plant out date for frost sensitive items is Mother's Day, which is like mid to late May. I'm still trying to see if my apple's gonna bloom this year. I haven't yet figured out if this is an every other year or every year. Yeah, those look like blossoms. Good. That's good. Yeah, they're pink. They're very cute. I would also love to soon find out if my plum, which I completely forgot to mention in my tour the other day, is gonna bloom. It's good that these don't bloom too soon because flowers are often more frost sensitive, but not always. For example, the Saskatoon could care, and your daffodils and snowdrops don't give a hang if it's below freezing or not. The upper reaches of the Saskatoon are starting to open up their buds. I can't reach the tippy top, but these are white flowers, and those will be dark blue, almost black berries. So I've planted peas, and I planted right here carrots and radishes. So don't be afraid to wait and direct sow, especially if you're in an area where nature will take care of you. I do my best to plant seeds before it's going to rain. So today was the last rain for a couple days. Now I could water for a few days, but if I'm in a mood to get out, and even if it is raining, I'll put on a raincoat, and that way I can take care of, I don't have to actually water, and it slowly waters things in for me. Also, radishes and carrots together are one of those things that they say helps increase the germination rate on your seeds. And another thing I'd say, don't be afraid to plant old seeds. Some of these seeds were from 2009, 2010. They've been in the fridge. There's another tip. Refrigerate your unused portions of your packets of seeds. They last much longer. I got that idea from the fact that they were able to plant and grow viable seeds from the way backs of caves for extinct bean varieties and things like that. There have been several wonderful, several hundred years old discoveries of seed stashes that indigenous tribes left in a safe little cranny that stayed safe as long as it's cold and dry. They'll hold up for quite a while, so don't be afraid to save your seeds for a long time. Don't be afraid to direct sow. And radishes and carrots go together because the radishes pop up fast and then give a little bit of shade to the little baby carrots, and they need that to survive, apparently. I also put down, I pick up old screen anytime I see it in the trash because this keeps the birds from eating my seeds. You can see my radish seeds are actually quite exposed in some places there, and were they not covered, they would for sure be eaten up by the birds by now. So I still need to clean up my asparagus, but delays happen. My rutabaga overwintered. I'm pretty sure what's that and that are the overwintered rutabaga. I pulled up all of the mulch that I put on top of my new plants in the fall, because new plants heave in a freeze-thaw cycle like our winters get. We do not have one solid freeze. It goes freeze-thaw, freeze-thaw, freeze-thaw. And that has a tendency to shove things out of the earth because the ice expands and comes up and it pushes on a solid item like a root or a newly planted tree, which you can plant in the fall, but mulch them heavily. But they like to have the mulch off when they're done. My sea kale, so far I'm seeing 2 of them sprout. And the miyoga ginger, I'm a little more concerned than I was before, if I'm perfectly honest. I'm not sure if it made it or not. I'm just not sure. So, let's see. Here, let's look at the plum. My plum has way too many vertical branches and I need to start to train it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do the weight method or what, but it does need deer protection like this because it gets chomped a lot if I don't. So I don't know. I'll have to give it some good serious thought. I see at least a couple flower buds down there. Yeah, on the lower branches there's a few blooms, so we might get some. Oh, and I think are there flower buds coming out of my yostaberry? That's a newer one too. Maybe. I don't know. This branching structure is a mystery to me, to be honest. I don't understand what these chunky bases of the leaves are. It might do. Would you call me crazy if I told you I'm still thinking about what the next 2 to 3 trees are? Has anyone grown the northern variety of almond that's called the Ukrainian almond? It's not an almond developed peach. It is indeed an actual dulcis species almond. They say it's hardy to zone 5, but most of what I've been seeing online is from 2015 and prior, and they say if they're zone 5 that anything below like 15 degrees and it dies back to its rootstock, so it's got at least some limitations. The other thing I'm thinking is, has anybody tried a Russian quince? I'm starting to think really creative here as far as what's hardy and good food quality, because the Russian quince is supposed to taste a bit like pineapple, and I like that concept. So Yeah. So we got a bunch of tips in this one, and there's at least one more. I have been weighing my eggs. There's not a whole lot of food out here yet, but there is something down the cliff that we can go see if it's ready for harvest. And if so, I'll cut to weighing it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a good job at keeping up with weighing things. Don't worry, next video also I'm gonna get potting done. Now here's one, but I need a whole shovel for that, and I'm gonna uproot the whole thing, but I'm gonna cook tops and roots together. And I do need to do a video where I put together my potted plant for all of this. It's on its way. There's a ton of garlic, but I don't even eat that much garlic. Go figure, right? Here we go. This is Spiderwort. And it's gonna go in my dinner. I'll have to make sure I don't have any inedible weeds in with my big handfuls here, but a little bit goes a long way with this, so I'm not gonna take it all. We'll see how it grows back. This is a native wild plant that is best from the skillet. It does have a kind of a gelatinous effect to it, much like okra does. So you need to cook it as though it's okra. They say you can, well, you can eat it raw. I tried it. It's not all that. So I don't need a ton of this, just a little bit. And it's gonna go with my dinner tonight. This was kind of my savior last year. This was my staple crop when the supply chains broke down this time last year. For reference, this is all wild garlic. From here all the way down here. Yep. They also say you can eat goji leaves. Haven't tried it. I should try it. I know greens, they fill you up, but they don't really weigh a whole lot, so we'll go find out how much these weigh. Sorry about the airplane noise. I'm sure you can hear it. For reference, goji, 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 goji. There's just gojis all over the place because what are they on this hillside? Invasive, but not displacing natives. That's, to me, the difference between an invasive and a noxious invasive, such as the Japanese honeysuckle, which is overmounding that tree stump. That is such a thick and aggressive invasive that it is out competing everything else. You can't grow anything else until you make space from it. And it's killing all manner of native plants in this hill. So there's a difference. There are native honeysuckles if you want some. Look up what's native to your region. And then these ones especially that are right where I need to walk. I'm gonna dig all those out, fry those up. So far, goji leaves and spiderwort. That's what we got. Let's go weigh this and we'll look at the view and then we'll go weigh it. Here we go. Before asparagus is even thinking about coming out the ground, we have 2.4 ounces of greens to be cooked up with my dinner. survival food. Early spring is a hard time to be eaten. If you've emptied out your stores and your stores of food from the winter, it's good to have native perennials that are ready to pop up out the ground. Our soil is workable. Happened last week. That was our date for workable soil. And already you can see I got quite a bit. So hope that helps. And yeah, that's gonna be part of my dinner. Thanks so much for visiting the cliffside. This has been Shed Wars and Permaculture. Take care. Dun, dun, dun. Will it grow? It won't grow.